Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I'm sure you all must be aware that small skirmish has started between Thailand and Cambodia. Both are members of the ASEAN, that is Association for Southeast Asian Nations. And there is a crisis which is brewing up. Apparently, it appears to be a border clash on a temple. But if you look at the developments in past couple of months, I think there are deeper reasons which need to be discussed. Now, if you look at the layout of the region, as shown on the map, this region falls along the Mekong River. It connects six countries. You start from China, then you have Myanmar, you have Thailand, you have Laos, Cambodia, and coming down to uh, basically Vietnam. And all told, the Mekong River also provides a facility for navigation that we will discuss. That how some of the initiatives, development initiative with the help of China, are improving the region and why this area is becoming very, very important. Now, as far as the dispute is concerned, if you look at the border between Cambodia and Thailand, is about 800 kilometers. And if you look at the past, historical record, there were two huge empires in this area which have been clashing. One was for the Khmer Empire, centered around Cambodia, and then the Siam Empire of Thailand. But this dispute, current dispute, the border dispute, goes back about 100 years. This was part of French Indochina, so basically these were the French colonies. And then they demarcated the border between these two, and they were basically decolonizing it. And basically, there is a temple known as Priya Vihiyar Temple, which is right on the border. And this is something very similar to Angkor Wat Temple, which is also uh, UNESCO heritage site, which is very, very, I think, important. But this temple was is in ruins, and if you know that there was a civil war in Cambodia, and this area could not be developed. Anyways, the time of French Indochina, in a 1907 map, this temple landed up with then Thailand, and when in 1954, uh, basically Thailand then decided to occupy this. Cambodia took it to International Court of Justice in 1959, and by 1962, the International Court of Justice then decided in favor of Cambodia, but did not really demarcate it properly. They said the temple lies with Cambodia, and from then onwards, basically, it was considered to be a Cambodian territory. Then we have a long period of Cambodian civil war. I'm sure we are aware of that. And in 1990s, then things started civilizing. You have a democratic government. Basically, it's I would say led by the Hun Sen family. President Hun Sen and his son are basically ruling Cambodia at present. And there was also an effort by Cambodia to declare this temple as UNESCO heritage site in 2008. So there is a, I would say, heritage claim also. Somehow, Thailand never wanted it. Again, we had a skirmish or a war between 2008 and 2010, and there were a lot of casualties. In 2013, again, the case was taken by Cambodia to uh, International Court of Justice, which again reinforced the ruling of 1962. The current situation, and if you know, in the last 10 years, there have been no major clashes because both are members of ASEAN. And ASEAN spirit actually demands that all disputes should be settled amicably, bilaterally, or through the regional framework. And by and large, they avoided war and it has been an area of development. Uh, but if you look at the political, let's say, regimes on both sides, in Thailand we have the Shinawatra family, which is led by Patongton Shinawatra. She's a young lady who is the prime minister. And on the Cambodian side is Mr. Hun Sen and his son. So his Hun Sen family has been there for last, I think, since 1990. So when the first skirmish started in May 2025, there was a phone call between Prime Minister of Thailand, Patongton Shinawatra, with President Hun Sen, or the leader of Cambodia. And then this telephone call was leaked. There was a remark passed by the uh, female Prime Minister, Mrs. Shinawatra, uh, telling the Hun Sen that I'm your niece and you need to settle it. And this was taken as weakness. And later on, what happened was that the opposition took it to the Constitutional Court, and Constitutional Court has actually suspended on 1st of July. the Prime Minister said there is already a political crisis in Thailand. And probably this was the reason that Cambodia probably found a space that they can go ahead. We don't know who started the war, the current skirmishes, or you may call it a mini war because situation is very, very tense. But mainly it has been, nationalism, national heritage coming to the forefront. Just imagine members of ASEAN, very peaceful country, but somehow, historical or heritage claims can result into clash. Again, Cambodia decided to take it to International Court of Justice for the final decision, but somehow Thailand feels, and there is the reason when compare the GDP and the defense budget, there is no comparison between the two countries, that it should be settled bilaterally. So last Wednesday there was a fight on the border, and then of course we have seen videos Cambodians firing Grad weapon systems. Basically, these are multiple uh, barrel rocket systems onto the Thailand side, and then Thailand has reportedly used F-16. There's also a report that one of the F-16 was shot on, it's not confirmed. But things are serious because Thailand then attacked their military headquarters. There are reports of hitting one of the brigade and probably the divisional headquarters or the regional headquarters. Diplomacy has already collapsed. Both sides actually called back their diplomatic missions, and so basically, we are looking at an escalating situation. Now, why this situation is basically critical is because we have an unstable Thailand political scene. The prime minister is suspended. There is an acting prime minister. So there's a lot of confusion. Some of the political parties have taken the support off from Mrs. Shinawatra. So there is a serious problem brewing, and that's why the people are saying that now the political pressure will be so much for anybody who is leading Thailand to keep this war going on. Now, if you look at the demographic size, geographically, definitely Thailand is a very large country. Thailand is 72 million, and Cambodia is 17 million. So you can compare it. In GDP, Thailand is about 570 billion dollars, and Cambodia is like 57 billion dollars, is almost 10 times. And even the defense budget is almost 7 times, $7 billion to Thailand and $1 billion to Cambodia. Cambodia doesn't have an air force per se, whereas Thailand has quite a strong. I think there are 100 fighter jets available, and they include, European weapons and also F-16s. Now, if you look at the other things that were shaping up, there was a visit by Chinese President Xi to Cambodia. Basically, as part of a visit to some of the ASEAN countries, including Malaysia, and he landed up in Cambodia in April 2025. And this was very significant because Cambodia was declared as an Iron Brother. So, Iron Brother word is used for some of the other countries like Pakistan. And now, if you look at the Mekong system and Chinese investment in Cambodia and the region, there is a canal known as the Funan Teco Canal, which is coming up, which will connect basically the Cambodian capital region to its uh, basically the Gulf of Thailand. And this will actually allow them to have another alternative. For people say that probably there are some Chinese strategic interests in that. So there's also talk of a rice corridor being developed in Cambodia. So a lot of Chinese investment, like this Funan Teco Canal is about $1.7 billion enterprise, and this is also basically going to increase the Chinese strategic interest, like CPEC in Pakistan, and people are saying that China is also trying to find out a route to bypass Strait of Malacca and then enter Gulf of Thailand or let's say Gulf of Siam and then onwards through Malacca they'll have an opening in the Indian Ocean. So another reason that I feel is the three countries in line. One is look at the maps of the ASEAN. Myanmar is already seriously destabilized. There's a huge civil war going on. Then it is bordered by Thailand, and then it is bordered by Cambodia. So if you put all these three countries in line, something can be discerned that probably there are certain forces that want to destabilize. So although this is a situation, we actually hope that problems are solved as per the ASEAN spirit and things cool down. But somehow the instability in Thailand and the stance taken by uh, Cambodia, hardened stance, probably we'll see more instability with the hope that things should settle down quickly. Thank you very much.